Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I have some breaking bullish news for you all. El Salvador is looking to make Bitcoin a legal tender. Guys, this is groundbreaking. It is the first of its kind from any country. And as I always say, game theory will suggest that other countries will follow suit. This is big, and it's big for the entire market. We're going to break it down and go through all the details here. Before we do, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Friendly reminder, I have a free weekly newsletter. Be sure to sign up, link in the description. Also, OKCoin. Be sure to use them. They have the lowest fees around out of all the exchanges. Why pay high fees? Use OKCoin, link in the description. So here, guys, President of El Salvador says he's submitting a bill to make Bitcoin a legal tender. An emotional Jack Mallers announced the news at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami. So, of course, for those of you who don't know, there's a Bitcoin conference in Miami that's been happening. I wish I could have made it. I know there was like a private party with Tiesto that Michael Arrington invited me to, but unfortunately I was not able to make it down there. So El Salvador is developing a bill to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender, according to President Nayib Bukele. In a videotape announcement shown Saturday, he said he will submit the bill next week. Jack Mallers announced the news at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami. He said his company is working with Bukele to implement a plan. The bill must still be reviewed by the country's legislative assembly. So once again, this is not in law yet, but the president's going to make a push for it. But with the populist Bukele's upstart political party in firm control of that body, approval seemed all but assured Saturday afternoon. The bill's approval will likely make El Salvador the first nation to adopt a Bitcoin standard. Its full text was not immediately available. Here's a quote. As of now, El Salvador is set to be the first Bitcoin country, Mueller said, and the first country to make Bitcoin a legal tender and treat it as a world currency and have Bitcoin on their reserves. But it is not yet clear what being the first Bitcoin country will mean for the fiscally unstable and oppressive poor Central American nation where 70% of residents lack a banking account. But it is not, well, it looks like they repeated this this text here. That's strange. I'm not sure what CoinS is doing or who their proofreaders are, but El Salvador's gross domestic product was $24.6 billion in 2020, according to Statista. The 39-year-old Bukele claimed in recorded remarks that his plan will have a short-term benefits for thousands of unbanked individuals. He also claimed it will help generate jobs. And in the medium and long term, we hope that this decision can help us push humanity at least a tiny bit into the right direction. So this is very bullish, very interesting. And I've said it many times, guys, Bitcoin moves the market at this point. Do I want it to be that way? No. Is it that way? Yes. So regardless of if you hold Ethereum, XRP, or whatever it may be, we see the altcoins follow Bitcoin's move. We need Bitcoin to be successful. Even Ripple's CEO has said that, right? And Bitcoin will continue to grow as a store of value. It is not the perfect currency. It is not the fastest or cheapest to use. If I want to move money, you know what I use? XRP, because of the low transaction fees. But that's not what Bitcoin is being used as. It's being used as a hedge. And it's really great to see that they're going to use Bitcoin to help bring financial services banking to the unbanked. And this, I believe, is the first step towards global cryptocurrency adoption, guys. Once again, game theory will suggest that other countries are going to follow suit. No one wants to get left behind. This is very big adoption news. So we are seeing governments looking to adopt crypto, even local, right? In my interview with Miami Mayor Francis Suarez, he's looking to have people get paid in Bitcoin, put Bitcoin on the city's treasury reserves, And other states are looking to do this as well. So you have local in the United States, not the federal yet, but then you have countries looking to adopt Bitcoin. And you can see here, this is making the big headlines. This is getting covered by CNBC and other major media outlets. This is going to be a very interesting week coming ahead. Sure, you're going to have critics, but there's always been critics for Bitcoin and crypto, but yet they've called for its death a million times, yet it still keeps growing. And I think, as we've seen historically, the train has left the station, the genie's out the bottle, they can't put it back in. And one thing that I've always shared with you guys, excuse me, is that when you have the big players, the Wall Street players like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan here looking to now offer it to their clients, it's here to stay. If you understand how money and politics work in the United States, these companies who have a big stronghold on politics and they do a lot of campaign donations and so on and so forth, are now looking to offer Bitcoin, their wealthy clients, access to Bitcoin funds. Here are some of the headlines. Morgan Stanley becomes the first big U.S. bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. This was back in March. Here's another headline. Goldman Sachs is close to offering Bitcoin and other digital assets to its wealth management clients. This was also in March. JP Morgan to let clients invest in Bitcoin fund for the first time. And this was, I believe, in April, maybe? Yes, this was in April. So do you see what is happening here? The writing is on the wall. And Caitlin Long, who I've interviewed on my channel a couple times, she's really great, very smart. Obviously, she's doing great things in Wyoming from a crypto standpoint. She weighed in on this and gave her thoughts, and I think they're very interesting. So I'll read it for you. So she said, El Salvador president publicly announced support for legislation to make Bitcoin legal tender. If it does become law, it would have many secondary effects. Steel yourselves because a big fight on this probably coming though. So here's what she said in continuing. I don't know anything about politics in El Salvador, but the world is about to pressure it given what's at stake. See details below. But before turning to that, serious hats off to President Bukele, Jack Mallers, Blockstream for pulling this off. Guys, this is really big. Okay, let's dig in. Here's the TLDR. If El Salvador adopts legislation to make Bitcoin legal tender, Bitcoin likely gets status as money, so treated on par with foreign currency by banks, possibly gets cash accounting treatment after USGAAP/IFRS solves Bitcoin averse accounting. I'm not too sure what that is, but I'll have to research that item. That's why this is likely going to be a knockdown fight. It may be a backdoor way to enable banks to handle Bitcoin, plus may solve Bitcoin's lower of cost or market accounting problem. Politicized immigration debate in U.S. probably comes into play. Incumbents will try to block this. What's the big deal? What's legal tender anyway? It's a commercial law term, means citizens must accept X if offered in payment of an obligation in exchange for delivering property. Legal tender is key to commercial law, which is the foundational layer of any legal system. In 2018, some in Wyoming wanted to make Bitcoin a legal tender, as Wyoming had already done with gold and silver. Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution mentions gold and silver explicitly, but making anything else legal tender in the U.S. requires amending the U.S. Constitution. So it wasn't possible to make Bitcoin a legal tender in the U.S. without amending the U.S. Constitution. I thought at the time another country might do it, though, and thereby open the door to treatment of Bitcoin as money under the commercial law plus cash under accounting rules. To be clear, I am not an accountant, so making an educated guess. Accountants, please chime in. Bitcoin is treated as an indefinite intangible, which means lower of cost or market, but it's a foreign currency. It gets mark to market up and down. Michael Saylor will be happy. And if I'm right, other corporate treasurers could also buy Bitcoin without facing a punitive accounting treatment. They now account for it like any other foreign currency, no more adverse accounting. More companies start holding Bitcoin, but accountants, please chime in. Back to the law. Commercial law lays out the rights and obligation of parties when exchanging property, plus establishes a roadmap for judges to adjudicate disputes. It says here, Andrea Tosato was first to identify the really, really biggie. I'm not sure what that means. I guess something related to how that is processed. So, yep, you got it. If El Salvador does pass legislation to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender, Bitcoin would very likely become money under U.S. commercial law. Wow. Money means a medium of exchange currently authorized or adopted by a domestic or foreign government. What's the significance? Well, it means Bitcoin would gain special status in banking systems globally. Banks would likely treat it as any other foreign currency. Bitcoin may get backdoor favorable treatment under bank capital requirements, Basel III, etc. The knock-on effect of El Salvador's announcement is that other countries may now follow. Like I said, guys, game theory. One likely candidate has always been Russia, which has been gradually de-dollarizing since before the 2008 financial crisis. Will be very interesting to watch the foreign policy moves. Yeah, guys, like I said, this week is going to be very interesting, and even the weeks ahead. Finally, she says here, however this plays out, it's a historic day for Bitcoin and advances adoption no matter how it plays out. Wonderful for us all involved. Congrats to everyone, especially to the people of El Salvador. So I think she did a great job outlining here the pros, the cons, the benefits, the what ifs, and so on and so forth. So once again, doesn't matter what you hold, guys, because at this point, Bitcoin moves the market. Bitcoin crashes, altcoins follow. Bitcoin pumps, then you have alt season, right? We've seen this play out. This is fact. This is data. These are trends. This is not emotions and tribalism and maximalism. I hold Bitcoin. I hold Ethereum, XRP. In fact, XRP is my number one holding in my portfolio. I have Cardano. So what we'll see what happens this week. But this is very, very bullish, exciting news. And like I said in an earlier video, if you're still on the fence as to what is happening here with this market, despite the volatility, there's a lot of building, there's a lot of progress, there's a lot of growing and maturing of the market. And earlier we talked about Texas governor passing a crypto-friendly bill, right, to boost investments and growth of blockchain and crypto companies in Texas. So things are moving in the right direction, and I was not expecting this news, so this is very big, and I think come Monday, we're going to see a lot of discussions and dialogue about it. Obviously, it's happening on the weekend, so there's not, CNBC, Fast Money, Fox Business talking about it, but I think we will hear next week. We'll hear a lot of people weigh in, and let's see what happens, because it's going to get very political, but I think other countries are going to follow suit. We saw, I think it was Iran, they were accepting Bitcoin for imports and exports or something like that. And we're going to see more and more of this. And this technology is just moving, and there's no stopping it. Look, there's not going to be one winner. There's going to be multiple winners. Will every crypto project win? Of course not. Just like the dot-com boom, right? You had a lot of really crappy stuff out there, but you had Amazon's, Google's, Netflix, Facebook, and so on and so forth. You guys know all the successful .com companies. So guys, what do you think about this? I think this is bullish, this is groundbreaking, and I think we might see other countries follow suit. So leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.